Mr. Executive, Rod Serling is here to see you. He has a very large duffel bag with him, sir. It's smelling up the place. I'm sending him in.
Mr. Executive.
Oh, dear Lord, Rod, what is that stench?
Mr. Executive, that is the smell of a genius writer, Rod Serling. Or, more specifically, a Rod Serling corpse.
Oh, no.
You see, Mr. Executive, even award-winning writers such as myself start to struggle coming up with such brilliant ideas from week to week. Started to take its toll on me.
Rod, is there really a body in that bag?
It's the perfect plan. Fake my death and finally be free of this immense pressure. The last time I felt this kind of pressure was when the entire world looked at me to kill Hitler.
Rod, you need to get this body out of here.
Nah.
Oh, it's alive!
Well, of course he's still alive. It wouldn't be very believable if the body wasn't fresh when they found it. I told you, it's the perfect plan. Ralph here boards the next train out of town wearing a Rod Serling mask, then makes a touching speech about the struggles of being a genius writer before throwing himself from the train. All those witnesses, no one will suspect a thing.
But it will still be his body wearing the Rod Serling mask.
Right. Ralph, make sure you jump head first.
And, Ralph, you have no problem jumping to your death in Rod's place.
It's a living.
And, Rod, you're doing all of this because of the stress of writing The Twilight Zone for me.
Exactly.
But you just explained your whole plan to me.
I knew you'd appreciate how brilliant my plan is.
Right. But that stench?
That's just me.
I don't even know where to start with all of this. You know what? Before Ralph here goes and boards any trains, why don't we all go unwind with a drink down the road at the Willoughby bar? I won't even ask about the script.
Oh, the Willoughby bar had to close down. Health code violations after one of the patrons left a permanent smell lingering in the place. They've got another location across town, the Willoughby.
Ah, so that's it then. We'll go unwind with a stop at Willoughby.
They irritate the irritated, flex perplexities, poise puzzles, magnify mysteries, impose inquiries, and coagulate quandaries. But more importantly, they ask one question.
Why would you make this?
Hello, everyone. Welcome and thank you for listening. This is Why Would You Make This, the only podcast that would rather throw itself from a moving train than deal with one more insufferable day on this job, making you ask the question, why would you make this? I think I said that way too positively. I am Jimmy Tom. I'm joined by co-host Huge. How are you?
I'm alive, which is good.
Because you can kill yourself later.
That is the plan.
Yeah. Hey, remember that, folks? Can't kill yourself if you're dead. All right.
Yeah.
Stay alive.
Something to look forward to.
We're also joined by Jay Delta Wagwan.
Wagwan.
All right. We watched A Stop at Willoughby, the 30th episode of the first season of the 1959 The Twilight Zone, wherein, tired of his miserable job and wife, a businessman starts dreaming on the train each night about an old, idyllic town called Willoughby. Soon, he has to know whether the town is real and fancies the thought of seeking refugee there.
That's from IMDb. I don't know what the Netflix is, but I'm sure it spoils the whole thing.
Yeah, probably. Like, a lone man discovers train flight. I don't know.
Train flight.
The troubles of flight. Anyway, hot debate. Is flying really that hard? I think it's pretty easy, especially if you use a train. You get enough speed, you can jump right out, you go like in the sky.
No, it's science that flying is easy. Landing is also easy. Landing safely is hard.
That's okay. There we go.
Flying easy, landing easy, surviving.
That's the hard part.
That's the hard part.
Hard part. Surviving, hard. Flying and landing, easy.
Yeah.
Pimping, easy.
No.
No.
Oh, but sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Ain't easy.
But also, sometimes
Yeah,
it
it
is.
is.
Like, they just come to you. Like,
Who's they?
Anyway.
The government?
The government.
All right, let's easy now. Let's not talk too much about the truth, otherwise we might have to go into the truth hour. Okay, let's do it.
Well, first it was the songs. The
Yep.
songs that went for a while.
Yeah.
Then it was Truth Man.
Yep. And I don't know. I think he's done. I think that chicken got
The
him.
chicken killed him?
Yo.
Oh, yo!
Salmonella.
Can you imagine all the truth he's delivered to the world? How many
Get-
lives he's saved? He's done it by chicken.
Did you know get out of work chicken doubled as get out of life chicken?
Oh, yeah. His job was informing people of the truth of life.
Yeah.
So,
Ooh.
yeah, we didn't really think that one through.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I mean, you survived. You survived that
Yeah.
get out of work
Not his
chicken.
job. Not his job to live.
Yeah, that's true.
I still have some in the microwave when I get home.
I would.
Let's take it another round. Let's
Yeah.
go. See what happens again.
I think I say double Dutch.
I mean, it's only been another 2 weeks since the last time you had it. So,
By the time that this thing airs,
You know what? Now that I was thinking about what you said, that'll help if you eat the chicken while jumping double Dutch. That'll really get the chicken moving around.
yeah, I don't want it to move around.
I bet if you
Oh.
microwave it, that'll just cook out all the badness.
Will it get rid of the beak? Pretty sure there's a beak in there.
You want the beak in there.
You don't
Do
want
you?
the beak.
Yeah, the beak's where all the vitamins are.
Excuse me. You want the beak. I do not. I am firmly anti-beak.
That's where all the vitamins
Hot
are.
debate. Are you pro beak or anti beak?
Should your chickens have beaks? You tell us.
I think we've done this before.
What, if chickens should have beaks?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Hot debate. Are repeats okay?
As long as we get in that syndication money, sure.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
That won't be until season 2:2. You got about another 4 years to go before that next season hits.
I think it might not actually happen until season 2:2, the seconding.
That's more Paul Walker dies.
That's, well, he comes back to life, but it's so he can kill himself.
Oh, okay.
Was that the truth?
Well,
Did we just talk about the truth, or
Yep,
that was it?
I guess.
That was the truth. Well, sometimes the truth is crap.
Truth hurts.
The truth is just not good. All right, so the truth is this episode aired May 6th, 1960. Let's jump back to May 1st when the U-2 incident happened. It's an American spy plane flew into Soviet airspace and was shot down. Because the Soviets did not say it that way. They said that a missile exploded near the aircraft. The pilot chose not to commit suicide and was captured alive by the Russians. Or the Soviets.
Like, everyone at the time was like, you cowardice piece of trash, right?
For not killing himself?
Yeah.
Whoa, hang on! They were pro-suicide back then? Oh, I was born in the wrong time.
What? If the
they
whole...
gave you a pill.
Yeah, everybody had a pill. They just gave them out like candy. They're like, here, if someone you think might be capturing you, eat this. Just
crunchy tooth.
oh man, they would take out your molar
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
give
yeah.
you a fake molar all you have to do is pop it out and crunch and boom.
All right.
Check yourself out.
If that's what happened, then it must have happened.
Oh man, they
That's what I want. I want a whole, not the truth hour. I want us telling you things that actually happened. And you're going, well, if you think it's real, I guess that happened.
I
Like,
can't-
no, that really did happen. Well,
Who
who's
am
to
I
say?
to dispute the truth?
Yeah,
But I don't know the truth.
I guess you're right.
So, May 2nd, WLSAM of Chicago became the first large radio station in the Midwest to switch over to a rock and roll format.
Nothing else happened on May 2nd.
That's it.
A Midwest station
Rock and roll?
the first in the
in the entire Midwest.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Suck on that, Des Moines.
And then eventually they would have to switch over to easy listening. No Airheads.
I was going to say, I'm like, it's a
Yeah.
very underrated movie.
That's good. I just don't like easy listening.
KPPX has the rain.
All right. Finally, we're just going to jump to May 4th, where this is news. This is news.
Yo, the death of the American family.
Lucille Ball was officially granted a divorce from Desi Arnaz by California. That's it. It's over. America's over.
Yo,
Everybody go home.
Do you think people rioted in the streets when they heard?
Yeah.
People can get divorced. A woman can divorce me? Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, but it was Lucy. It was probably just one of her schemes to get into the bongo club at the Copacabana.
Yo. I mean, I think it worked, so.
Yeah, she got all the money, right?
She got the club, I think.
Yeah. And then,
there's some like deep like reference lore. Do you think that in the context of I Love Lucy, if Lucy divorced Ricky, would she get the club? Like it's not. Yeah. If the professor and the Marianne divorced, who would get the coconuts?
who would get the coconut? Ooh. Like, she gets all the coconuts, but he still gets to keep the coconut tools. But now he can't make any more tools because she's got all the raw coconuts.
She can't make any coconut things because she doesn't have the tools.
Yeah.
And he can't coconut because he don't have coconuts.
Yo, it is the greatest story of a couple getting back together.
Can't live with them. Can't live with them.
Coconut without
Or
him.
the coconut.
I'm talking about the coconuts.
Yeah.
I literally
I
can't
cannot live
live without them.
without them.
They're the only source of food on this island. Except for that man in a gorilla costume who chases us around once a month.
I don't know why it is we've lived on this island for 5 years now. Never once said to ourselves, let's have gorilla meat today. Never.
It's always just coconuts.
It's always coconuts. There's probably like lizards or some
Nope.
form of meat on this
Nope.
island. No, coconuts.
Which did not work out for Tom Hanks. He tried that. He's like, great,
You
coconuts.
fucking vomit. I forgot this in the last episode. Probably the same thing. My Birthday Ninja. Probably
sure.
nothing's changed. So in your last earthly incarnation, you were female and born somewhere around Romania in 1325. I mean, that is new news, but it's probably the same news.
Yeah.
Typical me.
You were what?
Typical me.
Yeah.
You were a leader, major, or captain. Really limited. Clearly part of the military in some way.
Romania. That's
But in 13.
So you were one of Dracula's minions.
Or one of anti-Dracula's minions.
You mean a human being?
No!
No.
There was the pro-Dracula and anti-Dracula government.
There was good on both
There's
sides.
a lot of good on both sides, yeah. So, and of course, the brief psychological profile shows, oh boy, you were a bad captain because you were timid, constrained, and quiet. And you had creative talents and waited for
Anti-Dracula fucks.
But you didn't actually like it. You just liked drawing and creating anti-Dracula art. That's what you were into. You weren't actually into the movement. You were into the lore around the movement.
Hey, Captain, you think we should assault the Draculas today? You know, maybe we should just, like, hang back and, like, draw out a battle plan.
What if I painted a picture of what it would look like when we attack the Draculas? I think that'd be great.
I'm gonna need everyone to open up your bullets and spill out your gunpowder. I need that as a medium.
I need a gray.
Yeah.
I need a gray for this painting. We're not. I mean, let's be realistic. We stab him with wood anyway.
Yeah.
What do you need the bullets for? I need them for gray. Thank you. All right. It's enough of the truth. No more truth. Gray's my favorite color, so let's move on to my favorite hour.
The best hour?
The Troy McClure! Hello, I'm Troy McClure. You might remember me from such train-based films. That got me, I guess. Apparently that got me. You know that classic genre of film? Train! Yo, I love it. I love it. Hello, I'm Troy McClure. You might remember me from such train-based films as Slaughter Train 2, Kill Doctor of Death, or Murder on the Polar Express. Today, we're here to discuss the importance of managing your life as it careens off the rails. Directed by Robert Parrish. Nothing noteworthy.
Nope, this is
Delta
the only
felt-
thing he's ever done.
Okay, again, another episode allegedly written by Rod Serling. Tim Daly plays Gary Williams. You remember him in the 1957 The Young Strange. What?
Not gonna touch that one. You know when you sit in a little kid sits in your hand for about a half an hour?
Why is it a little kid? Oh,
Yeah, why is the
It's gotta be young.
little
Young
be
Strange.
young, that's another phrase entirely. You also recognize him in the 1968 Planet of the Apes. Who? Honorous?
Honorius.
Yeah, right. That's Honorius. Honoria. Or in the 1969 The Big Bounce, he died in 1978. Next we have Howard Smith, who plays Misrael or Mr. Misrael. That's the fat boss guy, right?
Yeah.
You recognize him in the 1951 Death of a Salesman. That's not the one with Robin Williams, right?
I would assume not.
Did I just put Robin Williams in the wrong film?
I'm pretty sure.
What's the
Yeah.
one where he's a car salesman and people are almost dying?
Jack.
We're all wrong, apparently, according to you. We're all wrong on that one. All right, whatever. You keep your information to yourself. You'll also recognize him in the 1957 Don't Go Near the Water.
Don't do it.
Don't, just stay out. Finally, 1960 Murder, Inc. Woo, he died in 1968.
Murder Inc. Why didn't I think of starting that company?
I don't know. It's probably too cliche.
Yeah.
Call yourself the Killing 'Em Dead Company.
Knock 'em dead.
That's too wordy.
They don't call him Murder Inc. Delta for nothing.
Because I kill 'em with my words. You see, the ink is the written word,
Oh.
and the pen is mightier than the sword.
You ever get hit in the head with a ballpoint pen, like a thick pen?
Hit in the head, yes.
Yeah, and then live out your life with a series of escalating traumas that play out in front of us. Yeah, I've experienced that before.
Yo, I get to go for a CAT scan in a couple days. That's gonna be fun.
How many cats are in there?
Yeah.
That's all they do when you get a cat scan. They scan you and go, okay, no cats. Good job, go home.
You're clean.
Ooh. Calico. They don't even explain what that means.
Yeah. Oh, no. Is that a
Oh,
short,
tabby. Not bad.
is that a
Not
short
bad.
bob you have in there? Oh, boy. So finally, Patricia Donahue plays Janie Williams. Who's that? Oh, the wife, probably, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, the wife. You might recognize her in the 1971 Night Gallery. That's Rod Serling's Night Gallery.
Mm.
The 1975 Paper Tiger. Isn't that the name of Bill Burr's new special or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess he's being artsy, huh? No. And in the 1981 Lou Grant. Is it a spinoff from Mary Tyler Moore?
Yeah. You remember when they would just have a popular TV show and they're like, you know what? You know that side character who no one really likes,
Yes.
but he's there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're familiar with him, so you like him now.
I think it's because they did one show like that and it worked. And they're like, let's do it for everybody.
They still do that shit.
What's the most recent? Go ahead.
Young
Young
Sheldon.
I don't like how quick you came out with that one.
And that came last second, because before that I was going to say Joey from Friends.
Really?
But that was
you,
like-
you didn't
he
get
had
the
his own-
in-between?
What?
Which is Mike and Molly? Because Mike is a character from King of Queens.
Oh,
Huh.
really?
Yeah,
They did a spin-off of
which
that?
which is weird to me because Molly's the main character in that now.
Oh, did they kill off Mike?
No, he's still in it, but it shifted focus.
They
it's
do
not
have a habit
Mike
of
and Molly,
killing
now
off.
it's more like Molly and Mike.
Hmm.
You know how King of Queens, it's about the king and not really the queen. Is
that show still going?
Oh,
Technically it
yeah,
is.
he's still
Because now they have a new show, and then they killed off the wives, and they brought back the chick from King of Queens.
sorry.
Right.
What?
Yeah, King of Queens.
Yeah,
With Kevin James?
Uh-huh.
Kevin Kline?
Sure.
Kevin James.
Smith.
Fine.
Any one of them is fine.
And
Oh,
then
okay.
he has this other show
Yeah.
called Kevin Can Wait that is identical to King of Queens, which has been off the air for 10 years.
Oh.
And then it's identical, and then it's him and this other girl, who of course is extremely attractive. 'Cause
Right.
that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But then they were like, we're going to kill her character off, and then have him remarry the chick who was in King of Queens. And so now they're literally doing the same exact show, but
the same lady, the fucking going clear lady.
Leah Remini, yes, yeah.
The Scientology lady. Wow. Whew. All right, cool. Or not. I don't know. I don't care. Anyway.
Was it like back-to-back episodes? Like they killed off his wife in one, and then the next episode, he was like, hey, who are you? You look familiar. We should get married.
You look
I
hot.
can respect it.
You look hot in a familiar way.
You look familiar. I like you.
That's too real. That's too real. Oh, that's rough. Yo, have you ever dated someone and met one of their exes, and that ex looked like you, and you were like, oh, I gotta get out. Oh, I gotta get out. It's rough. It's just, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts when you realize you were typecasted in a relationship. It hurts.
Ooh, but if you were the first one, I don't know. Then you're the one who sets the type.
That could be that's a good feeling when you're like, no, when like you and someone split up, and then you see the person that they're with now, and it's like, oh, they look like me. Okay, that's nice.
That is. So long as that's where your ego goes, and not being like, ooh, she was waiting. And now it's available, so she got what she wanted. Self-esteem to the rescue! Picking me up for the day. All right. That's so. Go see the full cast and crew at imdb.com. Let's start the episode. So we open in a boardroom and we see a group of men anxiously waiting at a table. One of them, Gart.
Mm-hmm. His name is Gart.
Gart Williams. He gets up to use the phone, and he phones up like the secretary of Jake Ross, and he's like, "Oh, you're a half hour late for this meeting." And I'm like, well, just find him, look around, ask around, tell him to get here. Hangs up, and then the boss, Mr. Mistral, is like, "Oh, you know where I think he is? I think he's out having too many drinks.
Too many martinis.
He's no good. You shouldn't have put him on the account. He's too young. Too young, I told you. You shouldn't have done it. It's a $3 million account." For reference, $3 million in 1960 is about $26 million today.
Why are advertising executives the focus of so? It's the two big like cliches.
Yeah.
In all of fucking like TV and movies,
Yeah.
You're either a writer,
Right,
or an advertising executive, which is really just a writer.
yeah.
So is that writers? I don't know.
That's all they know.
Yo!
Right, they're so limited.
Your job is imagination, and you're like, I can't imagine having any other career.
No, that's actor. I'm not an actor. I write things.
Yeah.
Literally anything, and then I hand it in. So yeah, there's a knock at the door. Oh, I see. I put that note too early in the script. There's a knock at the door, and Gart is given notice that Jake Ross has moved to another agency and taken the account with him.
Over lunch.
Oh, yeah.
So he came in at the start of the day.
Yeah.
Went to lunch, and jumped ship on lunch.
Jump ship on lunch. Yo, it was a good lunch.
Mm.
So Garrett, he's like, yo,
Is some of that get out of work chicken?
yo, sometimes it works two ways.
Yeah.
There's a prize in every bag. Sometimes the get out of work chicken gets you out of work to a better job.
Mm.
Ooh, that's why people keep buying it. Secret promotion chicken.
Has a 1 in 12 chance of the promotion.
Yeah. Special promotion.
The
secret-
other 11 out of
secret
12, dysentery.
promotion. Yeah, wow. That's inevitable. Part of life, really. So Mr. Misril scolds Gart for losing the $3 million account and blames him, and tells him you gotta get with it. Get your shit together, dog.
Get with it.
Get your shit together. He is like, everyone's judgment is off. This business is a push business. It's push, push, push.
Mhm.
It's a push, push, push business.
Mhm.
And you gotta push, push, push when you push, push, push in this push, push, push business. And then Garrett is like, shut up, fat boy! And runs out of the room.
And for the first time in Twilight Zone history, I'm like, I'm rooting for the protagonist. Yes.
And then he runs out and goes into his office. And his secretary is like, oh my god, are you okay? Do you need anything?
Yo, who calls their boss a fat boy?
Yeah.
And then just stays in the building. Like, just goes across the hallway into your own office.
Yo, that's bold. I gotta be honest.
Mhm.
It's bold. Like
Yeah. But he leaves the lights off, so he just sits in the dark. Yeah, if I leave the lights
himself.
off, they'll go like chasing down the stairs after me.
It was twice. First, he lost the account, and I was like, ooh, he's fired. Then he called his boss fat, and I was like, ooh, he's fired. And then he leaves, I'm presuming, just leaves work early, and he gets home, and he's like, yeah, I still have a job.
No, but he doesn't leave work early.
He doesn't? Oh,
No,
that's right. He just
he
sits,
sits in the
Sits
office.
there
That's right.
and thinks about what he did.
Oh, man. So, yeah, he runs past his secretary into his office, and she's like, can I get you anything? And he's like, give me a sharp razor and a chart of the human anatomy. Yeah, that.
I've been there, Gart. I've been there.
Yeah. Ooh, welcome to corporate America.
Sits in the dark. We get the opening narration. This is Gart Williams. Why? What kind of fucking name is Gart?
Gart. It's a regular name, like Bort.
It's been a few episodes since we had a Serling name.
Yeah.
Yo, I can't believe we used to laugh at me for my creative names like Rackman.
Mizral's another one.
Mizral?
Yeah.
The name I made up?
No, the guy's name is Mizral.
Oh, I forgot about that already. This episode's so bad, I don't want to think about it. Okay, so this is Gart Williams, age 38, a man protected by a suit of armor all held together by one bolt. Just a moment ago, someone removed that bolt, and Mr. Williams' protection fell away from him. It left him a naked target. He's been cannonaded this afternoon by all enemies of his life. His insecurities have shelled him. His sensitivity has straddled him with humiliation. His deep-rooted disquimet about his own worth has zeroed in on him, landed on target, and blown him apart. Mr. Garrett Williams, ad agency exec, who in just a moment will move into the Twilight Zone in a desperate search for survival. What is disquiment?
Is it disquiet?
That's what I'm thinking. I copied that from Wikipedia. And Wikipedia never has typos, right?
I think they only have typos. IMDb.
Oh, I was just
Oh
typing.
yeah, to see if disquiment is a real word. Oh, okay.
No, it's not. Disquiet. Feeling of anxiety or worry.
Is deep-rooted disquiet about his own worth. That makes more sense. Yep. All right. Anyway, fuck that. We on a train now. Garrett stares out the window at falling snow. The conductor makes small talk with him. The rich get richer and the days get shorter.
Woo!
Yo.
I'm identifying with the Twilight Zone.
The rich get richer and the sick die earlier.
They felt like this in the 60s?
No, that's impossible.
And
Everything
they just said stay the course, huh? Stay the wow.
Wow. Oof, what a future to look forward to.
People
That's what
who
they're saying
say
now.
the Twilight Zone is good,
Yeah.
watch this episode
Uh-huh.
30, 40 years ago.
Right.
And are like, yep, that's how it's supposed to be.
Way more than that. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. It's like 70 years now. I don't know.
Reruns.
So Garrett closes his eyes and Mr. Minstrel is in his head, replying louder and louder. Push, 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 push. He gets crazy looks because when he's like, that's enough. And then everyone's like, oh my God.
And you're like, that's a regular occurrence on public
Yeah.
transit.
What do you mean? That's I mean, at least he's not bus crazy. Like, he's just normal train crazy. People yell on the train all the time. Bus people will touch you.
Mm-hmm.
Train people just yell. I like train people because they yell over there.
I've seen
It's
full
fine every time.
musical performances with multiple instruments, one person sometimes. Train crazy, fantastic.
I have never had a problem with train crazy.
Bus crazy, they will throw their fecal matter at you.
Whoo, yo. They will pull your fecal matter out of you and throw it at you. Like, they are. Yo. I promise you, when you see those pictures of like, oh, look, there's a woman holding the raven on a train. No, fancy bus. Not a train, I promise you. It is a fancy bus.
It's a coach bus.
No, because it's still like the side you sit up against the walls and there's poles. It's just a fancy bus. So anyway, Gart gets a crazy looks, so he pulls the shade down and he goes to sleep. And we're in an old-timey train. Gart awakens to a much older style train, like 1800 style. He looks at the window. He sees a nice, idyllic town, big wheeled bikes, not like 90s big wheels.
No.
Like 1800 big wheels
with the little one in the back and the enormous. Okay, did people really casually ride those around? I don't believe that anybody was like. First of all, those clearly were only there as a joke. Nobody rode that around on purpose. Nobody rode that around and then 20 years later just, wait, what if we make both wheels the same size? Shut your mouth! It didn't...
I would like to point out that there is specifically a reason why you only ever see those bikes in shops or being ridden, because there's either no movement or all movement. You're not allowed to stop on those bikes.
You gotta put everything into
it. It is just you get on and you go until it's over.
I was born on this bike, and I'll die on this bike.
I was born on this bike.
My grandpappy was born on this bike. His grandpappy. A generation of cyclists.
Yeah, how does reproduction work? Explain it to me.
It's kind of like a wheel. It goes up and down and around. All right, so, big wheels, Tom Sawyer-looking people, friendly folks. Friendly police, I should say, yeah. That's, weird.
Yeah, it's weird, because there's a period in the 1800s where it's like, oh, look, friendly police, and then people tried to unionize, and then,
No. Conductor comes by saying, oh, this is the stop, is Willoughby, this is it. And he's like, what, Willoughby? That's not on this line. And he's like, yep, it's a lovely mid-July. And there's Willoughby right there. July 1888. It's real peaceful. Go check it out. And Gart is like, it is mid-November. Also 1960. Like, what are you talking about? And the train, like, jumbles or whatever, and it wakes him up from his sleep. He's like, oh. And he's back into the normal time. Back in regular 1960 normal train. And the conductor's like, hey, did you have a good sleep? And he's like, yeah, I had some dumb idiot dream about a place called Willoughby. Ever hear of it? He's like, I don't know. Willoughby where? Like, I don't know. Connecticut? New York? Somewhere. He's like, I never heard of it. Never heard of it in my life.
Really? Conductors this friendly back then?
They are now as well. It's weird sometimes.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Weird, yeah.
Your job is to check if I have a ticket, and that's it.
Gets a little lonely walking up and down that train.
That's not my problem. That is
so
so far from my problem.
Yo, they don't call him Charity Delta for nothing.
For this scene, I actually liked it because they didn't do the usual Twilight Zone thing. Would be like, I had a dream about Willoughby. Willoughby?
Yeah.
You said Willoughby?
Willoughby?
Well, in all my years as a conductor, I've never heard of a place called Willoughby, but the dream seems so real. Mister, I think, and it would just keep going and going.
Willoughby is not a place I've ever heard of. 35 years I've been a conductor, and Willoughby is never one place I ever... Right.
Yeah.
I did, it was how extra quaint it was, like it was sickeningly quaint when they panned, and then you see the horse-drawn carriage, and it says bus on the back of it. See?
Ugh.
Bus. Horse. Poop. It's all there, folks.
Fancy train. Wait, no, fancy
It's
bus.
a fancy bus, because anyway. So Garrett gets home, right? He gets home,
His
and
name is
what?
nothing. Go ahead.
What happened?
No, Garrett gets
He
home.
gets home, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a better name than Gart, I'll tell you that. Fucking Garrett gets home, that's his name now. Garrett fixes himself a scotch. His wife, Janie, she comes downstairs and asks if his plan is to just get plastered, and he goes on this long rant about how he's tired and stressed from work. And Janie's like, no, one of the other guy's wives who was in that meeting told me that you just ruined your career. And he's like, nah, Mr. Minstrel's gonna let me keep working there. I don't know why. Oh, actually, he tells us why. Because he's afraid I'm gonna take my money somewhere else. All the accounts I have.
I gotta say, this episode, I'm kind of digging it, because especially when he's like, yeah, and he found it in that big fat oversized gelatinous heart of his to forgive me, because he realized in his dumb fat brain that I take accounts with me, and I'm like, yeah, that's right, you hate that boss.
That tubby.
I'll say this. I don't know how you guys saw it, but in this scene, I saw two very distinct things. The way that the Gart was very
Who?
19. I'm sorry, Garrett.
Mm.
Garrett. It's very 1960, very Twilight Zone. I'm saying my words like very very fucking like ham-fisted.
Yeah.
But the wife, I thought she was great. I was like, what time period?
She was flawless. as
She
an
knocked
actress.
it.
She was amazing.
It did not even seem like television. Didn't like. I
No,
was like, she was
good.
really.
She was
fucking
like one of
good.
those old school theater actors.
Yeah,
and you're like,
yeah.
ooh, that was
That-
when skill was.
That was
happening.
actually his wife who hated him.
That's how I felt. I thought I was married for a second. I thought I was in a loveless marriage for a second.
Married to a guy named Gart. I need another fucking martini.
What did she think was gonna happen? His name's Gart. Oh, President Gart coming through. Yeah, right. No, what? Tell me what sounds better. The most respected man I've ever met, Gart, or old miserable Gart.
Mm.
Ooh, yeah. She should have done some wordplay before she married him.
Just sound it out in your head.
Just sound it out. What sounds good?
Mr. and Mrs. Gart Williams.
Oof.
Oof.
Ooh. What? I mean, what sounds more realistic? We had a good day, Gart. No. Or, oh my God, Gart, I want to die. Oh, that just rolls off the tongue. So yeah, he complains he's sick and tired of his job and his life and all that shit. And his wife is like, yo, you're in the right place, because me too, dude. I'm sick of you and you're complaining and all the other stuff. And he's like, well, I don't want to have this country club life and this high price job. I just want to be a dull, boring old guy. And she's like, that's the problem. I married a fucking dullard. Woo! Joke's on me for marrying a fucking loser. And he's like, look, all I want is just to go to Willoughby. This is the part that confuses me. She's like, well, then what do you want? He's like, I only have one want. I want to be in a place called Willoughby. And she's like, oh, well, tell me about it. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, why is she attacking him?
Ooh, but this is that stealth loveless marriage where she's like, oh, go ahead. Tell me your problems. And then you open yourself emotionally.
Well, you're like, oh, honey, I don't know. I feel like I'm gaining weight. She's like, yeah, you do? Well, you should, you tubby bitch. It's that type of, okay, I get it, all right.
And then you're like, oh.
Yo, you ever been hungry and someone was like, you want this food? And you went to go eat it and they smacked it out of your hand and spit in your face and then stomped it on the ground? Yo. That's what love is like for me.
That's what the bus is like.
That's what bus love is like. Bus love is someone who will spit on your food before you eat it and then still knock it out of your hand. I figured if you ate food I spit on, it'd be like a warm kiss. And you'd feel some love. But then I felt that was too warm and I smacked it out of your hand. And get on the ground.
Are you going to eat that?
You probably would. Wait, give me the bus poop. Cover it in bus poop. It's wherever you go. Just reach. and you'll find poop. You'll find poop in a bus.
Reach for the poop.
Reach for the poop. All right, so yeah, she's like, yeah, I made a mistake by marrying you.
Ugh.
Ooh, it was a mistake on my part. And so he's just like, oh, I'll sit alone and think about Willoughby. And we cut to the train, and he's on the train again for some reason. And the conductor's like, hey, look at that town called Willoughby. Couldn't find it. Doesn't exist. And Gart's like, all right, good night. He goes to sleep. And we're on the old-timey train again. And Gart wakes up, and the old conductor's like, we're at Willoughby again, buddy. Here it is, Willoughby. And Gart looks outside, and he sees a nice couple. He sees a band. He sees a cannon. There's a cannon there?
There's a cannon there.
Well, you know, it's one of those old-timey, like, remember, we respect our Civil War vets, because it only happened, 10 years ago?
Gotta have a cannon.
Gotta have a cannon.
Kids love cannons.
You know, just all the normal, nice signs of a 1980s town. You know. He goes to step off the train, but he hesitates, and then the train starts moving again. And he's like, oh, conductor, well, conductor. But the conductor does not look at him. And then, boom, he wakes up back on the Today train, 1960 train. And he's like, conductor. And the real conductor's like, you all right, buddy? He's like, yeah, I'm fine.
It's not like I'm screaming conductor or nothing.
What's wrong with you? Touching men on a train. And then he says to himself, next time I'm going to get off at Willoughby. Yeah, I'll do that. And I only just now realized that you did not put any of the sponsors in here at all.
I totally forgot the sponsors.
Yeah. I'm only upset because I, wrote half of one, and I was like, oh, right, Delta's doing that. And then I stopped. Because I was going to do this whole, are you feeling lonely? Do you wish you had a place to come to? Come to Willoughby's. Get off at Willoughby's. But that was really all I had there. So that was what I had, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We go to Garrett's office, and Mr. Misrule is telling Gary Yo, he's fucking Gary now. He's fucking Gary. Better name than Gart. Yo, he tells Gart that he needs a new show with Zaz and Moxie, and the audience has got to give him the rock'em, sock'em, jock'em, bar'em, car'em, all the good stuff that they love.
Push him.
Just push.
I really didn't even understand what his job was. The way Mr. Misrule is like, yeah, it's a push business. All you gotta do is jazz him and zazz him and push. What do we do here? I don't even know. I'm an executive and I have no clue what we even do. You just tell me to push. I haven't seen a single person I can push. What am I supposed to do?
Not one child about to be born.
Yeah.
I don't understand a thing about
there ain't no pregnant ladies. Yeah. There's nobody on the edge of cliffs. I don't get it.
So
push.
Yeah, just push. I don't care. Me, the client, grandma, push something. It's got to be ready by tomorrow. Dream big and then push that dream. And he's like, all right, fine. Yeah, whatever. The phone rings, and it's something about ratings. The ratings are off, or the sponsor didn't get the rating right or something. The other line rings. The negatives are scratched, and that's not okay. The secretary is called in. Who was that guy that did that thing? There's something messed up. I don't know. And
I love how ridiculous this is. One phone in one hand, one phone in the other. He calls in his secretary and asks her a question. Yeah. And then she's like, Mr. Misrule wants, I called you in here. How can you, I summoned you and you have a demand?
How long were you holding on? Like did he ask me 2 hours ago and you're like, I know he's going to need me for something in like an hour. I'll just hang on to that and it'll be good. I won't have to do any work.
And he's literally got a phone in each hand. Yeah. And she's like, Mr. Williams, in his face. What about Mr. Misrule? And you're my secretary, and I called you in to ask a question, and now you're getting indignant with me.
Yeah. At this point, I realized, ooh, that's something in me. That's something in me. But I was waiting for fucking Gart to be like, yo, tell that fat boy to suck a roll or something like that. But he didn't do any fat exclamatory, and I was like, oh, that's me. That's not what this is about. That's my problem with people. So he's like, I got the phones and the secretary. He's like, ah, and he runs in the bathroom, and then he sees Mr. Minstrel in the mirror. Push, 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 push. And he's like, ah, and he smashes the mirror. And he goes back to his office, which the secretary left. She's like, all right, I'm done trying.
I harassed my boss enough that he won't talk to me for the rest of the day.
It's either this or the chicken. So, well, that was last episode. That doesn't apply here. So yeah, he calls his house and he's like, Janie, listen, I can't take it anymore. I'm coming home. You're gonna be there, right? No. Listen. You're gonna be there for me, right? Are you gonna? Click.
Oh.
Yo, I can take, like, tit for tat verbal abuse, but when I'm like, yo, I need you, and you're like, fuck off.
She's a stay-at-home wife, too.
Like, what you literally...
Like, where else is she gonna go?
What does she do?
All he's saying is, like, he's not saying come home from work early. I mean, he's like, just don't leave the house.
Don't leave. Not, like, also, literally, how would she have known? Like, he could have just not called her and been, like, just showed up, and she'd have been like, oh, jeez. But yeah, don't leave. And she's like, that is my cue.
Yeah. Suck my dick, tell me what to do.
Yeah, so he is like, all right, and he's just crushed. So what do? Smash cut to the train. Boom.
But again, it's nighttime, so he definitely just sat at his desk.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, the man is miserable, but he's still gonna stay there till 5 o'clock.
All right, if that's how it works. That's how it works.
That's how it works for me every day.
Yeah. Occasionally, I'm like, I got a headache. I gotta go home early.
I just poop in the bathroom for like an hour. Yo, you poop for an hour enough days in a row, people do not ask questions. When the boss asks you, where were you? You go, I was pooping. You can't go, I was pooping. You go, I was pooping. They go, oh.
I had bad chicken.
They go, yeah. Oh, but it works when you call back to it. I can't call back to it, but you can, whatever. Fine. So the conductor asks Gart how he is, which I don't remember myself. And Gart has 1,000-yard stare. So
he doesn't even answer. He's like, "How are you, Miss Wiz?" He's just like,
And then the conductor walks away, and Gart goes, passes out. Yo, I can't let people watch me fall asleep, because that's how they get into my dreams. So we go back to the old-timey train, and we wake up at the Willoughby stop, and the conductor's like, yep, this is it, buddy. This is Willoughby. And he gets up, and he's like, yeah. And he puts his briefcase down. He's like, I don't need that anymore.
Fucking briefcase. That was a manila folder.
Yo, yeah, I know. This is me.
there was nothing
There was
in there.
nothing in
It was
there.
definitely empty.
Yo, that motherfucker got fired from that job the first scene, and he's just in his head been working there ever since. He's got nothing in that briefcase.
So yeah, he leaves his briefcase on the train. I was upset the conductor wasn't like, sir, take your trash with you. Don't. That's not okay. Leaves it on the train, jumps off. And he like runs into like a couple of Huckleberry Finn type kids.
Yeah.
Like, yo, 100%. They were like, beep, boop, boop. Hello, Ron Howard. Oh, you won't do that? Okay, we'll just get someone who looks the same.
Yeah.
They know his name. Hey, Mr. Williams, good to see you.
We're out catching fish today.
Fish and hookworms. And he's like, well, maybe I'll join you tomorrow. When he walks over to the center of the town, and the conductor's like, it's good to see you. I don't know why, but the conductor kept checking his watch. Like,
Yeah, I didn't
I thought it was
understand
even like
that
a
either.
thing or something. I didn't get
No.
that at all. That went literally nowhere. Because it wasn't even a thing where like the conductor was like, all right, time to leave now. Like that
Well,
wasn't even a thing.
And
where
then he's looking at his watch, and then does it from his watch to a different clock?
yeah.
Yeah, because it goes to a different clock and pans down to
Right.
Oh, yeah, to the light.
First it goes from the watch to the clock,
Right.
down to the swingy arm of a clock, whatever that might be
The
called.
pendulum.
That.
Oh, yeah.
And then
yeah,
it transitions from a pendulum into a guy like swinging his
Yeah,
arm.
very
bes-
naturally swinging his arm.
Totally naturally.
Completely
Sure,
natural.
yeah.
With the light over the corpse of Gary Gart.
Right, because what do we have? Yeah, he jumped off the train.
Yep.
The conductor and the trainsman stand over Gart's body, and they're like, I don't know, he just shouted Willoughby and jumped out of the train. Willoughby! He died instantly, presumably, because they're on a train. It's not like they could have immediately stopped it and checked. Like, he didn't even jump off a train. He jumped off a train over a bridge.
Yeah, off a bridge.
So it is
onto the.
Like, this is me being petty, but there's no way that that they know he died instantly. He definitely could have suffered for a while.
The problem is his body is perfectly intact.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
The human body, turns out, comes apart pretty easily.
I know. Well, come on, he landed in a snowbank. I mean, that's soft, right? So yeah, he died instantly. Gart's body is loaded into a gurney into the back of a hearse, and I don't think they ever. Do they say anything? They talk, right? But I don't think it's important.
No, it's just like, oh yeah, the local ambulance, was called.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, they close the hearse door, and the back of it says Willoughby and Son Funeral Home.
Ugh.
Yeah, Willoughby.
You almost got away with a good one.
Dude.
So we,
So close.
we got the closing narration. Willoughby? Maybe it's wishful thinking nestled in a hidden part of a man's mind. Or maybe it's the last stop maybe it's the last stop in a vast design of things. Or perhaps for a man like Gart Williams, who climbed on the world that went by too fast, it's a place around the bend where he could jump off. Willoughby? Whatever it is, it comes with sunlight and serenity and is a part of the Twilight Zone.
Hate it. Just take out the fucking Willoughby and Sons Funeral Home, and it would have immediately made the episode
Yeah.
way better. Plus, I think, like, the whole, the second time he goes to step off the train, how he's, like, right on the edge, and he hesitates.
Mhm.
He
And-
goes back for his briefcase because he's kind of stuck to that,
Yeah,
working.
but then this time, he, like, steps off, and he's walking around.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like they this was close to being a good episode.
Right. Yeah, no,
And then-
I agree with you on that one.
Because I first of all, I will give props to Serling for in the 60s, like, critiquing, like, corporate capitalist culture of, like,
Yeah.
you just gotta work hard and,
Yeah.
like, doesn't matter how miserable you are.
Yeah.
Like, that's great. Great that you
Right.
can do that, but you do it in such a fucking
Yeah, that's
ham-fisted.
where we are now, I guess. Considering the last couple episodes of the series, it's like we're in the I'm just gonna push boundaries episode because we had the too many from their perspective, too many black people on TV,
Mm.
and then the last one we had was like seriously addressing a mental illness
Yeah.
thing,
Mhm.
and then this one, which is 100% about suicide,
Yeah.
and just the harshness of reality of life.
Death is an okay escape.
Yep.
It's just like, oh yeah, no.
You know what? Killing myself is better than going to work every day.
You know, every day I go to work, I hum the theme song to MASH.
Yo, I watched 2 episodes of MASH the other day.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm home. MASH is on.
yeah,
All right, let's do this.
right.
That's it.
That was it.
That's it.
Does it still hold up, or is a lot of the jokes like, ooh?
No, it not only does it hold up, if you go back and watch it, you're like, wow, this show was very well written for the time.
Yeah.
Very well written.
That's good. Cool.
Yeah.
Good for it. So, watch MASH, not a stop at Willoughby. Okay, that's not that. So we have some tropes and morals here. One of the ones we have here, rage against the reflection. Smashing the
Smash the
mirror,
mirror.
obviously, yeah. Foreshadowing, really?
Yeah, kind of.
Wow, because when he asked for the razor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's
He's
sort
gonna
of a
kill
thing.
himself.
Yeah. Ungrateful bastard, which is the new young hot shot. Got it.
Jump ship, takes the $1 million project with him.
Right. And then the wham shot, which is
The
when we
Will-
saw the Willoughby on the hearse, which is like, ugh.
Yeah. So, again, like, this felt like it was so close to being a decent episode. Craziest thing is, from what I saw, this is, like, Serling's favorite episode from the first season.
Yeah.
Originally, this might have been the first episode that, like, this could have been the pilot.
Right. Yeah, that, like, I don't know what the moral of this story is, like, even a little bit. I'm having trouble even guessing.
It's fine to just kill yourself?
I don't, yeah, that is my why would you make this, is I think Serling just connected to everything about the story way too personally, which is why it's also one of his favorite episodes, because he lives this life. I don't know what his marriage was like. I don't know if he's been married or remarried or any of that, but...
Hate my job, hate my wife?
Maybe he was in that position where he was like, yo, I'm gonna spill the truth right now. Here we go. This is what it is.
Yeah, especially when it got to that scene where it's like, oh, the ratings are down, blah, blah, blah.
Right,
I'm like,
right.
ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And maybe, I didn't look at the ratings because I didn't think about that, but yeah, maybe. Maybe. But yeah, we already talked about something like writers only know the lives of writers. So again, that's another reason why you writers. Sterling only knows Sterling's life. That's all he can do. He guesses.
Fighting wars and...
Well, no, he really did that, and he really was a boxer. Although he didn't write that boxing episode very well. Although it wasn't really about the boxing effort. Oh no, that's right. I read that he was a boxer because he had a match and went, "Oh, I didn't like that." He got the shit kicked out of him. And he was like, "Yeah, that was not fun. I'm not gonna be a boxer anymore."
Oh, you can lose in boxing?
Yeah,
no.
Literally had one fight, and it was like, "No, thank you, sir. No, thank you."
he got punched in the nose once, and he's like,
Uh-uh.
nope.
Oh, that's what I have to do to you? No. I don't want it done to me. So the next episode is called The Chaser. And this is the Sterling one. Okay. In this library, a certain professor sells things. Ointments.
I'll assume that's supposed to be salves?
Salves, I guess, sieves? Ointments, salves, powders, sovereign remedies, nectars, concoctions, decorations, and potions, all guaranteed. Next week, he'll sell one to a lover boy so that he can slip an affectionate Mickey
Oh my god.
into the champagne of his lady love. It sets up a most bizarre and very unexpected chain of events. On the Twilight Zone next week, The Chaser.
I don't remember this, but I'm gonna call... He roofies the girl,
Mhm.
she falls madly in love with him, and he's like, ooh, I do not want this, and she murders him. That's my call.
Oh.
That's actually a pretty good call. I don't remember this either. I can't even imagine what this would be. Yeah, probably that.
His comeuppance is murder.
Yeah,
Getting killed. Yeah. Right.
has to be.
I could see that. I'm thinking, maybe because it's usually never that complex. It's usually pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was going to be just a little more complex in that he goes to give it to the one he wants, but then she's like, ooh, I want your drink. And they switch the drink. So then someone he doesn't intend to gets absolutely infatuated with him. And then he, instead of having to be like, I got this girl I like who likes me, this is great, and then it becomes too much, he 100% feels what it's like to be infatuated with by someone that you do not want to be with. He wants this girl, but this other girl's into him, and so now he knows what it's like to be that girl because she didn't want him, and it's sort of. But I think that's a little too.
It's
complex,
too complex.
Just a little too
There's
complex.
too many moving parts.
Yeah. Also, I don't think Sterling
That'd be a
respects women enough to make that point.
Yeah.
So there's that. There's that too. Fun times. Okay. So, VictorProWrestling.com.
Returns live to Center Ridge, Long Island, New York on January 11th for the 2020 King of New York tournament. Actually, I don't know if it's a tournament. I don't remember what they did last year. I feel like they did some fucking trash shit. It was better when it was a tournament. Maybe it's a tournament.
Did they do
I think they did like a 3 triple threats leading to...
yeah, that was trash.
It was like 2 4-way matches or 2 triple threats that led to the finals with me and Coach.
Was it? I thought the final was a 3-way.
It
definitely. I think that's what it was. I think it was like 3 singles matches.
Yeah.
That like led to a 3-way.
Yeah.
And then that winner fought someone else. It was like super complicated and weird to the point. Yeah. Like we were all just like, what the?
We'll
why don't
do
we just
3 cages on top of one another.
No, that was last month. You should have saw it.
But this show will be better than the last time. I can... I can't guarantee it.
No, but
I will be there.
That's right.
And I will have shirts for sale.
That's true too.
Oh.
And I can also say that because there's no gimmick in our match, presumably, you will see more puppet action.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You'll see some more puppetry.
Yeah.
Usually I get involved more when it's less
I can have some
gimmick.
fucking good matches. All right, Victory Pro Wrestling, January 11th. Come see live. We're gonna be there.
Oh wait,
Uh,
did that already happen? We already fought Cat and Cop, right? For the tag title?
Yeah.
No, that was last show.
Yeah.
I don't know what time this is.
Alright.
But go see it.
But you go see it.
It's
But
gonna be
go.
Did we win?
No, we
No, we didn't know. We're not tag champions.
No.
I don't have to make a puppet tag title, so obviously we didn't win. Duh.
great. Go see it, folks. It's gonna be
January
great.
11th. You
Yeah.
picked both.
You got that right.
That's at VictorProWrestling.com. Huge?
Yeah, man. By the time this episode comes out, I will have turned 33.
Oh my god, you're an old piece of shit.
33.
Oh my god.
But don't worry. The thing that brings me hope is that even though I'm 1 year closer to death, I know you're all there with me.
Like in spirit, or?
No, like, we're all gonna die.
Oh, I was going to say, because you're still alone.
Yeah, I'm aware. At least I'll have that chicken.
Well, you won't, because you'll eat it by then, I'm sure.
No, it'll stay.
No,
it'll stay
it'll-
with
that-
me.
That's the kind of chicken that stays
Yeah.
right in the lower part of your gut.
That's that,
Right in my hindquarters.
like, you need an enema to get rid of that chicken. You guys ever have one of those? They're nice.
What, like a voodoo priest?
Oh,
an enema?
An enema? I've never had an enema.
Where did we get voodoo priest from?
You wait. What did you say?
What did I say?
You said enema, and then didn't you say, like, get someone to take it out of you or something?
No, he asked if you ever had one, and you said voodoo priest.
Yo. I don't know what we settled on with the last hot
I'm
debate.
like fairly certain I heard voodoo priest. Hot debate? Anyone else hear voodoo priest?
No.
Does anyone hear one right now?
Nope.
It's just me?
Nope. That's the chicken talking.
Shit.
Okay,
I got the
well,
sweats.
there you go. Chicken voodoo sweats. Look out, everybody. WYMT.com for things Why Would You Make This related. YouTube, puppet stuff. What else? Anything else? Everything else. Following Up Your Love by Kill Paris is the intro
Literally
music.
everything else.
Yeah. Following Up Your Love by Kill Paris is the intro music. And for Huge and J Delta, I am Jimmy Time, and please remember that without the mistakes of others, you'd be forced to endure the pain of failure yourselves. Ourselves, support the arts. I forgot how to end that. The preceding recording is for entertainment purposes only, and the views expressed in this podcast do not necessarily represent the views of Why Would You Make This, its owners, employees, or associates.